Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show, everybody. Today's very special guest, philanthropist, the Handy Dan.
It's philanthropist, photographer.
Model.
No.
Not a model anymore?
I never was, actually.
Never were a model.
No, this is a mask. This is a prosthetic.
Your Instagram begs to differ.
Yeah, well, look. Some people take some pictures of me and then they want to call me a model. I don't think that's how it goes. I've never been paid to get my picture taken. And I think that's what classifies you as a model.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know. I've shot some people in as a trade that were models. The person in front, the subject in front of the camera.
What'd you trade them for?
Experience. When I was new coming up, I wanted to shoot girls on the beach. I thought that was the best way to be a photographer.
And they were models or they're just hot chicks?
They were aspiring models. They weren't that hot.
I've never aspired to be hot. I guess I am.
It's a vibe.
Sometimes it's not, dude. The other day I was on this date and the girl was on her way out. She was on the outs. We were on the outs.
On the outs?
Not on the ins.
Is that a restaurant in Nashville, the outs?
No. We were at a arcade. Okay. But it was we were talking 3 inches from each other's face and some guy came up to me and started talking to me like he knew me.
Uh-oh.
And I told her, like, this happens to me all the time. And she goes, yeah, well, you're hot and charming. You're kind of magnetic. I was like, fucking beat me over the face with a baseball bat. I don't want this to fucking happen to me in public. Come on.
There's nothing wrong with, it's not like anybody can control the way that they were born with their features.
I was 5'2" until I was 19. Can you believe that?
Wow. And then you hit a spurt?
I got chin implants.
You got chin implants, so now you're 5'3".
Yes.
Wow. How tall? No, for real. 6'2"?
I'm 6'2". 6'3" sometimes. But dude, I hurt my back lifting. I did squats. I was fucking, they say like, you're going to hurt yourself.
And you hurt
yourself. I'm like getting older.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
I was lifting. I was doing squats. And I tweaked something. And now I do feel shorter. I went and hung out with my friend Shelby, who is 6'2". Mm-hmm. And she was taller than me.
6'2" for a lady, that's pretty tall.
But it fits her well. She's got proportions. It's balanced. Some
tall ladies.
Say
yeah, go ahead.
Little people,
mm-hmm.
right? The ones that start with an M, they are disproportioned sometimes.
Correct.
But I have a friend named Joe and his kid named Frankie Danger, proportioned LP. Full proportion. Everything is just running around at 3.5.
Yeah.
That's max height.
Well, for now.
No, that's maximum height.
He's full grown.
Well, he's only 7, but
there's still hope.
That's future max height. I think he's probably at about 1 3/4 foot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a little person.
Yeah, I guess you want to hear a funny story about him is everybody in his kindergarten would call him a baby.
Oh.
And look, I love Joe to death, but Joe don't fuck around. Single dad.
Yeah.
It was just Father's Day. Shout out to all the single dads.
That's right.
And Frankie, they were calling him a baby in class, pushed a chair up to this other kid, just sneaky, he's fucking like a foot tall, right?
Yeah,
you can't even fucking see him.
Yeah.
Pushed this chair up, got on the chair, socked this kid in the face.
I love it.
Dude, I love it.
That's the best story ever.
Are you kidding? Yeah.
Yeah,
he
right
says,
in the
I'm
face.
not a fucking baby.
Wow.
He cursed at him.
And he's 7.
He was 5 at the time. This is 2 years ago now.
Pre-pandy, sock in the face.
Yeah, when they had kindergarten. Now they don't even have kindergarten.
They got rid of it.
Do they get? I don't know. Do they have it back?
I don't have any kids, so.
Dude, I don't know about fucking schools in this country these days. Come on, it is what it is, man.
It is.
This country's falling apart. I was gonna buy a house.
Yeah. What city?
I'm gonna ride the line. Madison, Wisconsin. I can find a 2-bed, 1-bath for like $200,000. I'm gonna fix it up.
Of course.
And then sell it for maybe $300,000.
Should we tell people that's what your specific skill set is?
That is what I do. I make props. I'm a prop designer. I'm a set designer, set construction, and home renovations.
Yeah.
I do all sorts of shit.
You're responsible for the beauty of this set here.
I'm not.
No,
don't
I
lie
did
to
it all
people.
by myself.
You did do it. Give yourself some credit.
Yeah.
I didn't do this set. I have done no podcast sets.
All right.
I have not done any podcast sets. I would love to. I'm gonna work on one in Nashville. Our friend, he's got a studio upstairs in his house.
Yep.
Yep.
You gonna redo that one?
We're gonna figure it out. I think I'm gonna build some shelves so we can put some art in there. So it's not just a bunch of blue
like
curtains.
That. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
And we're gonna do them from the ceiling to the floor, right? Instead of on the wall.
Yeah.
And we'll still keep the blue curtains there.
Right. Back like that. Bring the desk out a little bit.
A little.
Yeah.
A little bit. But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Nothing's permanent, and especially anything there.
That's right. Wisconsin. Gets cold in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go in the summer.
Okay.
Do it in the summer.
Yeah, have a summer home.
But I'm gonna ride the line. No, I don't want to own it. I want to flip it.
Okay.
Get enough money. I live in Nashville. Get enough money to buy something in that market because it's getting expensive over there, dude. It costs a lot of money to ride the rodeo.
It really does. All my buddies I moved out here with, I was in a band, 2006, moved here. They all live in Nashville now.
You were in a band? What kind of band?
Early on, it was like real pop punk boy bandy kind of stuff.
Can you sing me a little bit of one of your songs?
I cannot, but I'll be happy to give you one of our albums. That's our first record up there in the pink on the top shelf.
Last year's model.
There's many online. None of them are us. We're working on putting out our third record that we recorded 15 years ago. We're going to put it out hopefully by the end of the summer.
And what's keeping you? What's slowing you down?
Oh, we can't find it.
Can't fund it?
We can't find it. Oh, we can fund it.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody did well since
so you're
the band
doing,
broke up.
Oh, okay. So you're doing upper middle? You're like, you say upper middle? It's hard, this like, what even is money? You know, I've been telling myself money's just arbitrary and you just like tell people a number and then they have to believe it or they don't. And I'm starting to apply that to everything. So like, think about what a landlord does. He's got this like piece of shit place or a nice place. It could be anything. And then he just tells you what it costs. Yeah. And you either believe him.
Take it or leave
you
it.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I think this is worth that. I will pay that much.
I will pay that.
Yeah. Or you lie and say, I will pay you this money. And you move in. You're like, good luck getting me out. Squatters' rights. Let's go. Legal system. You stay there as long as you can.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Because I feel like, you know, I lived in an RV when I lived here. Before I moved to Nashville, I lived in an RV here. And not the kind of RV like up the street here with a bunch of bicycles stacked on top of it. It was more like I renovated it. It was nice. But it didn't have any power or water. Yeah. And, you know, you can only like wash your balls out of like a 1 gallon jug of water so many times before balls. You have to go. Yeah, dude, you want to fucking see them?
No.
Damn, dude, we can fucking hit pause on the camera, dude.
Oh,
you can put this up on the Patreon, huh?
We'll put a picture of Dan's balls right here. No, you said 1 gallon. I pictured the Home Depot 5 gallon bucket. And that's
you thought I was just fucking teabagging a 5 gallon?
Elephantitis.
Nah, dude, they ain't that big, dude. I'd say like a healthy organic egg.
All right.
I wouldn't say it's definitely grass fed. Like individually, one testicle is a grass fed, non-GMO, no steroids, no hormones, free range egg.
All right.
So it's like right there in like small egg.
Okay. Like are we talking?
But not a quail egg. It's not a quail egg. Don't fuck with me, okay?
I thought I was going to say, which bird are we talking about
Dude, it's
here?
a fucking chicken, all right?
I'm quail. I'm full quail.
Dude,
I'm small quail.
You small quail in it?
Small quail
Dude,
in
you
it.
know, I would, you know, like, my nuts aren't scary. Like, I don't need to see, like, a medical professional about it. But, you know, I wouldn't mind having, like, a smaller set of nuts to make my, like, average dick look way bigger. You know what? And that's funny. It's like, I've had this girl, God, I've fucking known her for so long. And like, she's never going to see this unless I send it to her. And it'd be funny if I did. The first time we ever had sex, I was inside of her, just doing full intercourse. And she looks me dead in the face and goes, "It's such a shame you're gay." I said, I don't.
Wow. Right in the middle of having sex with her.
I said, I don't think you understand the concept of homosexuality.
I would like to present to the court Exhibit A.
And it's funny because I see her now and again. We'll hang out. And it always comes up, the topic of just like, so like, are you gay? Are you bi? It's like,
What does it matter?
Babe, I hook up with you every time I see you.
Every time.
Every single time. Would you wear a pair of heels if it was in like a rock star way? Like MGK, he put some heels on.
You mean would I put my heels back on?
Yeah, would you put your heels back on? Fucking pop punk boy.
Let's go. I mean, I never wore stilettos, but like, we had some platforms. We wore girls' jeans.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wore a pink belt in my band.
A what? Pink belt?
Pink belt.
Dude, there you go.
I had a red shirt that said "I'm huge in Japan," which is, looking back, not as culturally sensitive as it should be, but it was a joke shirt.
I'm huge in Japan.
Yeah, it was a play on my height.
I wouldn't have gotten it at the time.
Not a lot of people did.
Because I was probably, what, 7?
Based on how old I think you are.
How old do you think I am?
32.
No.
27.
Little, right there in the middle.
30.
30. About to be 30.
Look at that.
August 11th.
August 11th. I have 2 other friends with that birthday.
Really, dude?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, kill him for me.
I'm
trying to be the only person with that birthday.
Well, that's gonna be pretty tough. There's only 365 to choose from, but that also means that your parents either fucked on Christmas or New Year's Eve. Wait, is it 8 months or 9 months for babies?
It's 9 months for babies, but
oh yeah,
I think I was full term. I think I went full term. I think I went 9 months, maybe even a couple days over.
So your Thanksgiving baby?
You think Thanksgiving?
Yeah, they were giving thanks.
Dude, maybe Halloween baby, because that's right around the same time.
That's a little much, man. That's like a 10-month baby.
Fuck, dude, it would explain a lot. I do feel overbaked.
Twice baked turkey.
Hey, look, that turducken, huh?
Hey, have you ever had turducken?
Man,
that's a whole nother planet right there.
Should we start cooking?
We could cook. I want to do a cooking show.
You do?
Yeah.
What can you cook?
I can't cook shit.
So it's just like, here, let me just show you how to make this thing from 7-Eleven.
But I would like to have a cooking show. So when I move out of this facility, you'll know because you're going to help us out. But this isn't anytime soon, but when I get the money, I'm moving to what I call the mega warehouse.
Okay.
It's going to have a recording studio in it for like musicians.
Yeah.
It's going to have 2 podcast studios.
Where's this at?
It's be in Los Angeles somewhere probably. Unless, I don't know, could be in another city if I move to another city, but it'd probably be Los Angeles. Probably a little further south towards where I live. But we're going to have a wood shop, metal shop, and a cooking stage, and then a blank white psych. So we can shoot our content on the psych. We can podcast in our rooms. We can make music. We can work. I got a buddy that makes guitars. I'll move him into the wood shop. I got a buddy that works on motorcycles. He's in the metal shop. And then we shoot the cooking show first thing in the morning. And then when everybody shows up to work, nobody works for anybody. I don't have staff. It's all contract agreements, project based. But we shoot the cooking show in the morning. And then when the food's done, everybody shows up at like noon. We all have lunch together. And then we go off and do our separate projects.
So fucking you start your morning building furniture and you end it by fucking cooking some ramen.
Yeah.
Damn.
I want to do like an hour and a half of like all my favorite things every day. I want to work on a motorcycle. Want to work on. So I made all this wood art in here. This is all me.
You made this wood art?
Yeah.
You made this here?
Yeah, it's 256 cubes cut at a 15-degree angle to make what I call waves. There's one on the other side of you too. I made 53 of those in the 4 years that I had a wood shop. And I gave away 40 of them.
Gave away?
I didn't charge anybody for my art ever one time.
Damn, dude, you're fucking up.
Nah.
You could have charged.
People ask me how much they were. They wanted to hang them in their studios. And they make something similar to that as sound baffles, and they charge about $750. But for me to put that much life into something, it's 10 G's. And nobody wanted to pay 10 G's.
I would never pay 10 G's for that.
No, but
I give you about $250.
There you go. That's not worth the money. So I'd rather give it away and have a piece of me hanging in somebody's home for free.
Damn, dude. Well, don't start an Etsy, dog, because nobody paying you 10 G's on Etsy for that shit.
I don't think I'm good on Etsy.
Well, hey, look, man. If times get tough, man, I've had tough times.
I have too.
We'll leave it there. Yeah. And it paid off. And it paid off. And if you do your research and you dig deep for all of the however many people watch this, if you really dig deep, you can find what I'm talking about.
Oh, really? It's just a quick Google away?
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know I don't know what could be found out about me by a quick Google or not.
I'm bummed there are no mug shots. I did go to jail once, but the computers were down, so I don't have a mug shot.
Wow, you lucked out.
No, dude, that fucking sucks, dude. Are you kidding?
You want a mugshot?
I'd put that right on the IG feed. Are you
Shoot
kidding?
you a mugshot right now, dude.
Dude, I want a real life one, dog. I ain't trying to do no faking.
You don't want one here.
I got arrested here
Here?
in LA.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I was 2 blocks away from my girlfriend's house at the time. And I got pulled over for not using a blinker. And it was 3 in the morning.
Yep.
And it was 3 in the morning. They were just like, hey, have you been drinking?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, a little bit. And then I was. It was truthful. I wasn't driving drunk.
Yeah.
Which I have done a lot.
Some people have.
I'm 9 months sober.
Yeah, last time I saw you, you were 6 months sober. So I guess that was 3 months ago.
Yeah, dude. We're at a fucking full-term baby now. So
Yeah.
September 19th is my sobriety date.
That's your year?
1 year, yep.
Hey, it's coming up.
It's coming up, man.
Congratulations.
3 more months.
Just chipping away at it. Pun intended.
Yeah, dude. But today I have been chipping away. Oh, you familiar with Mr. Bill, huh?
I haven't taken any steps on my own, but I'm a couple bad decisions away from joining the crew, you know?
Hey, dude, look, fucking join us, man. It's a good time. I've never been happier, honestly.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now is a good time. Sober people make it look good right now.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of really cool sober people.
Yeah, a lot of comics are sober now.
Yeah.
And looks like a good choice. I see people's careers skyrocketing when they go sober. And
well, you just dedicate so much more time. Just think about all that time. It's not so much time that you're like going out and drinking, because there is like good material in that. You know what I mean? Like I can go get drunk and like be a fucking asshole to somebody. There's good material in that. But the time that you just like are incapacitated and hungover and can't fucking think or do anything.
Yeah.
Is like, that's really what slows a lot of people down.
The wasted days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sunday scaries.
Yeah.
But it's a problem when it's fucking Monday scaries, Tuesday scaries.
Everyday scaries.
Everyday scaries.
Yeah. During Pandy, I started to wonder if I may have had a touch of the gift myself. But
Touch of the gift?
yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
just like it was
like an extra chromosome or something?
Yeah. Drinking chromosome, you know?
Okay.
I was coping with the Pandy by my isolation would get to me, so I would go and get alcohol, and I would call people until someone answered. And then, because my rule is I will never drink by myself, but I will drink if I'm on the phone or at a bar.
I'll drink if I'm on the phone.
Like
dude.
if I'm on the phone, it's a social activity.
Dude, would you start calling Spectrum? Fucking just waiting on hold.
Hello, AT&T? Yeah, it would take me 6 hours to order a pizza. I'd be like, hey, Domino's, hold on. I just need someone to talk to.
Oh, God, dude. Oh, man. And how'd that go? So what happened?
I just ended up being like I'll drink, I wasn't planning on drinking tonight, and then someone would call me, and then I'd be like, oh, while I'm on the phone, I'd run to the store, I'd get some booze, and I ended up drinking.
What's that about? Just drinking on the phone?
Drinking on the phone? Well, before pandemic, I was going to the bar 3-4 nights a week.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, we're in the house. We're in the house, and we're in the house bored. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did not. I at the time wasn't able to sit with myself in my thoughts. I needed to be doing something and be active.
Damn, dude, you should have started making these fucking wave boards again.
This was after that.
Well, you should have picked them back up.
I know, but I shut that wood shop down to start the podcast studio.
I mean, dude, you could have made that. Could have made that in the living room, honestly.
Yeah, I just
and no offense, I love it and I think it's really cool, but just a fucking hand. So you could have done it more Amish. Could have done it in more of an Amish fashion.
I did rush them. I didn't. That one right there is one of the first ones I tended to. That's all construction grade lumber too. None of it's flush or plumb or whatever, true or whatever the real woodworking terms are. But the story behind the wood art is my friend Keith, my former guitar player. He is a luthier and he makes guitars from scratch.
He's a Lutheran?
Yeah, he's a Presbyterian Lutheran, and he makes guitars
from scratch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he had some. He had me come to his shop and build some walls for him, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna fuck around with some wood." And I ended up going with him every day. And he let me have a little workbench, and I got to use all his tools. And eventually I had art all the way under it and all the way above it. He's like, man, I think it's time for you to get your own shop. So I did. I moved across the hall from him. And about a year later, I outgrew that, moved into the big shop.
And you were just a hobbyist?
Yeah. So hobbyist. I was just making art. I started a couple of different businesses. I made like exotic wood blunt tips for a little while.
Blunt tips?
Yeah. So like
for like smoking weed,
smoking joints. You'd have everybody would have their own blunt tip. So you take the joint out of it and pass the joint, and then not everybody's mouth is on the same joint going around. That didn't really take off. Did a bunch
Did you
of
put
art
those
stuff.
on Etsy?
Yeah, I put them on Etsy.
And they just no.
I didn't put them on Etsy.
Look, man. What do you think about LA? Be honest, man. Be honest. There is I don't want to give away the destination of where the location, the secret location. But you're on the corner of Cahuenga and
I'm just gonna bleep it out. Nobody knows where we're at.
But there's a whole fucking line of RVs, right? And there's some of them have a second story addition, and it's non-livable second story. It's all
it's not up to code.
Just bicycles, tarps, just whatever structures they can put on the top of their RVs. What do you think about RVs, the RV community, and what do you think about LA and how is it going here?
Well, I have a skewed vision of Los Angeles because I live in a beautiful little town called Playa del Rey right at the beach.
It's a gorgeous place.
I love it. It's protected by the marina to the north and the airport to the south. So it's a mission to get there. So we're kind of removed from Los Angeles proper. I lived in the Valley for 14 and a half years.
Yeah.
I've worked in Hollywood the whole time.
Yeah.
It's falling apart, but it's no better or worse than it's always been. The homeless people move around a little bit. And it's just people do what they do. So I don't know the word. I want to say disassociative, but that's not the right word. I'm just not affected by the homeless people
You're
anymore.
indifferent.
I'm indifferent.
Indifferent.
I see people under the bridges. And the only time that it affects me is when I go to other towns.
See, I live in Tennessee. They just shoot them.
Yeah. Just dead.
They just kill them on set.
One free bullet coming up.
Yep.
Bang.
Well, that's the cool thing is like we don't pay income tax, so we're not paying for those bullets.
Now, I do have a non-income tax residence in my future very soon because it's
what is it? It's Florida. It's
Florida, Texas,
Texas, Tennessee,
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Vegas is income
state,
tax free.
The whole state, but the only thing in that state is Las Vegas.
Yeah, I've been to Las Vegas. That place is a fucking dump.
I love it.
I could see that for you.
I absolutely love it.
I could see that for you.
I like fancy hotels. I like nice steakhouses.
And
I like to gamble. Yep.
Yeah.
I like to take a lady with me, and I like to have a good time.
A paid for lady?
I've never paid for ladies. Now, that doesn't mean I'm opposed to it. When I get older, boy, oh boy.
Dude, so here's the deal. Is like, I always thought it was really cool, and so did the ladies that I'd hang out with when I lived in an RV. They thought it was cool until they went there.
Yeah.
And then they realized they're fucking a homeless person. And at the time, I didn't realize I was homeless. I just thought I was being adventurous. Yeah. Like I had a clubhouse with an engine,
Yeah, but so I talk about this a lot with my friend Dan, who he moved into his van like 2 years before Pandy, and then when Pandy hit, he sold his van and he moved to Hawaii. I don't consider Dan homeless, but he would park in rows of places where other unhoused people live.
I think with a van, it's a little different. You're not taking up as much space. You're not as much of a nuisance.
Did you have what are you doing? Like a 50-footer, like a 40-footer?
It was 40 foot.
That's a big. I mean, that is a mobile home.
Yeah, it was a mobile home. It was really cute. I still have it.
Where's it at?
It's in Nashville. It's in storage.
Oh, cool.
Unfortunately, I had to not live in it anymore in Nashville because they, again, like I said, they don't like homeless people there.
Yeah. No, do they let you, like, when you buy a home in Nashville, would they let you, like, make it a fixture in your backyard and keep it as, like, a Airstream or something, like second dwelling?
I know of someone in Nashville with a pig in their backyard, so yes. I bet they would.
Here's something weird about Nashville.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've never been to Nashville until this year. Now I've been 4 times this year.
Yeah.
The houses, it's on one big piece of land, but then they put 2 houses next together and they put a little shed between them.
Yeah.
And then people share the shed. What's up with that?
You mean a garage?
Sometimes, but sometimes it's just like a faux structure that connects 2 houses, and the houses kind of face away from each other. But it's all, I don't know what happened. Like either they made the lots way too big before, and now to make it zoning wise, you have to connect the 2 houses. But
I think people just want money, and if they can get 1 half-acre lot and put 2 houses on it, why wouldn't they? Right?
Yeah, why not?
But I do hate the architecture there.
Yeah.
I have a friend, he has a house there, and I'd say the entire thing is as narrow as this room, and then it just goes really far back, and it goes really high up, and it's kind of bizarre.
Yeah. That would be a little
It's
weird.
a lot of stairs. There's a lot of stairs. I'm not a big proponent of stairs.
I used to like upstairs, downstairs, but then our mutual friend that lives in Vegas, I really like the way his house is laid out. And I could go with
In Vegas?
Sorry, in
Nashville.
Nash Vegas.
In Nash Vegas. in Cashville, baby.
Yeah, Cashville. That's what's up.
Cashville, right?
I like that. I like that layout. There's like wings to it and separation.
It can use more windows. I need more natural light.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Are you like you're a cave dweller?
I could be, but like I think there's an appropriate number of windows in that facility.
And none of them seem to get any light.
Well, it's the time of the year. It's summertime.
It's summer solstice, dog. It's the brightest it's going to be.
I haven't been there in a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I just assumed it was winter.
No.
I just can't. The one thing that's keeping me out of Nashville is the weather because it gets cold there.
Yeah, but not real cold.
I mean, cold enough. It gets New York cold there. That's why I got out of North Carolina. It gets North Carolina cold.
I haven't been in North Carolina in the winter long enough to know. But
Well,
I could tell you this. You know what? It might get cold there, but the gas prices aren't $8.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, easy. It's an easy shot. It's an easy shot.
It's an easy shot. Oh, and
I feel lame for it. Also, like, I feel like there's more to do here, but you're doing less of it. If that makes sense, because there's just so much that you're just not getting all of it, and I feel like the opportunity for FOMO here is way more than there. I have like a more structured life there than I do here, but still feel fulfilled. Also, look, I'll tell you what happened. This just happened yesterday. And why this town is just kind of fucking nuts to me. I went to the Vons right there by the Church of Scientology, the one on Sunset.
okay.
I mean, there's so many churches of Scientology here.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around. I'm getting groceries, getting some hard-boiled eggs. I try to keep it easy. And I go back by the pharmacy counter, and this girl on the ground having a seizure. And I'm just thinking,
By herself?
dude, everybody just kept minding their own business, and it just made me think, not everybody got what it takes to live in this city, dude. Look at her. She's just fucking she's not making it, you know?
Well, you can have a seizure anywhere.
You could.
But if
You're
you're going
right.
to have one, Vaughn's is the place to do it.
And Vaughn's is the place to do it. And here's the thing is, you know, it was back there by the pharmacy. She was right there in front of the counter. And I'm like, the saddest part about it is like, she was this fucking close to picking up her anti-seizure medication. She was right there on the fucking finish line, daddy.
Wow.
Dude, right there on the finish line. She almost had it, dude.
Fourth and goal.
Dude, that's when you get a little too overconfident at the race. You know, you watch the Olympics and the guy's winning by a fucking long shot, and he looks back and he starts gloating, and then he trips, dude.
Yep.
That's what she did. She's like, that's right, I'm about to get these anti-seizure medications, and I'm about to fuck my life up. I'm gonna get this shit back on the road. And then there she was. She got a little too cocky, dude. Fucking God hit her with that shakedown.
Got seized up.
Dude, God hit her with that fucking.
She got overseas. She went overseas.
God gave her that Dougie. Doing that horizontal Dougie, baby.
Man, that's unfortunate for that young lady.
Yeah, I hope she's all right, dude. It was crazy. The ambulance.
Did you help her out?
No, but there was a guy sweeping the floor with one of them dust brooms.
Big mops?
Yeah, and he swept around her, so at least she wasn't dirty or nothing.
Well.
So I mean, like, look,
Sweep around it.
she swept. He just swept around, dude. Clean up on aisle 3.
Sweep the leg, Johnny. That's a Karate
Yeah,
Kid
I mean,
reference.
the fucking fire trucks came, the ambulances came, and then I saw the fire trucks leave, and I didn't see the ambulance leave, and I just thought to myself, I'm like, dude, imagine you fucking have a seizure in Vaughn's parking lot, and they go, hey, ma'am, wake up. And they're like, do you have insurance? And then she says, no, I have Obamacare, and then they just leave. Like, dude.
Bye.
Oh, man, then we ain't helping you.
We can't help you.
Did you see Joe Biden? He fell off his bicycle.
He did.
I feel bad about it. I feel bad because his foot. Look, the guy ain't doing well. They're ripping him up on the internet.
Yeah.
But look, I saw the video. I looked real close at it. I took my glasses off. I was like, you know, and his foot got caught in the little pedal thing. Who got him the bike with the fucking little foot straps?
The clip-ins?
That's
Like,
cheating.
listen.
It wasn't clip-ins. It was one of those nets.
Oh,
it was one of
right.
the nets that go over it, like the workout bikes. They got the fucking little strap over the top. It was one of those. I said, what kind of dickhead
don't
gave
need
the
that.
fucking geriatric one of the fucking foot straps? He obviously gonna get caught up in it, and he did.
Yeah.
And the poor guy, I hope he's all right, man.
He's fine. He bounced right back.
Did he bounce back? I didn't
He
see
got
the whole
right
video.
up.
They were
Yeah.
editing it down.
He got right up. It's funny because after the video, like the guy, the main one that's going around, that dude pans over to the crowd, and all you do is see people's like really excited faces that they just got the president falling off his bike. They're like, "Oh my god, my social media is gonna blow up!" Like they're super stoked.
Fuck.
But I got one political rule: I don't think anybody over 65 should be in office. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. 65. If we got to retire when we're 65, you got to be out when you're 65.
65, you think?
Could be. I mean, that's the only number I've found that everybody agrees with me on. I'd like to take it lower. 55 would be great, but 65, I can live with 65.
I think
But 80, 89, no. 74, no.
I think the most unbiased people, second graders. Do you
Yep.
ask a second grader, what do you think it takes to run the country? Just be nice.
Crayons,
Crayons.
extra glue,
Yep.
sharing,
Sharing. Sharing.
maybe that's right. Second graders run the country.
A little bit of, as long as it ain't fucking Frankie Danger, he fucking pulling chairs up and hitting people.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what we need to do. That he should be in charge of our foreign affairs.
Well, he should be the defense secretary.
Right, foreign affairs. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There you
Or,
go.
just of minor incidences.
A minor incidences department.
Just
And
for,
it's
over
just-
the small countries.
Okay, like Guam.
We need a full-grown person to handle the big countries.
Here today, Guam tomorrow. Dude. I want.
You fucking got me on that one.
Did I get you? That's what got you?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I've known you for a while. I didn't think that was the one. Huh?
Here today, Guam tomorrow. Damn, that's the title of this episode.
Perfect, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like, look, the small countries. Yeah, what do you do? What do you do about them? Could you imagine if that's how we just resolve things? Is we just like, okay, Guam is a small place. I don't know if you know where Guam is. It's right off. I didn't until I looked it up earlier today. It's right off the coast of Australia.
Yes.
It's like Australia's Hawaii.
It's south of here a little bit.
It's not south of here.
Sure it is.
I guess in a way, but then it's also really far
It's
west.
southwest.
It's really far southwest.
It's part of the southwest from here.
I'd call it northeast of Australia.
Okay.
So
right, Papua New Guinea.
I would call it Australia's Hawaii, right?
Okay. Have you been?
I haven't been.
Not till tomorrow.
Guam tomorrow.
Okay.
But could you imagine somebody over there just tweeted, fuck America, and we just sent somebody over there to punch? That's what that was our small country foreign affairs policy. Is we just go bully them, do a wedgie on them.
Or we could take it the other way and just woke the shit out of them. Just ask them, sit them down, give them some therapy. Be like, no, why did you say that about us? What made you feel that way in order to say fuck America? And then just make them talk it out for eons.
Yeah, but then we got to know somebody who knows Guamish. You know what? You know anybody who knows how to speak Guamish?
Oh, man. I bet somebody in Australia. I bet we got a friend in Australia that could Guam
What
it
do they
out.
speak, dude? I'm going to Google it.
All right.
What do they
I'm a
speak?
guess. I'm a guess they speak Portuguese because every country that you can't guess Spanish in is always Portuguese.
Portuguese?
Mm-hmm. Brazil speaks Portuguese, but they're in South America. They should speak Spanish. And Guam,
Well, that's the thing about Latin America countries, like all the ones in South America, is they were conquered by people from Europe. Like Spanish is just that's just a language from Spain, baby.
I got a friend that thinks he's got a running theory and he's researching.
I'd love to hear it.
Oh, this is great. That America, the United States, was the promised land, and that out here by the Salton Sea was where Moses and the Egyptians got lost, and that the Tower of Babel was in Canada, and so that the Spanish people in Spain were actually descendants from people in South America. So we're reverse of all of our
Say
history.
it again.
Okay, so our history claims that like the birthplace of all humanity was in, or like the Garden of Eden would be somewhere over between like Egypt and Israel and all that stuff.
Yep.
But my buddy thinks that it all happened here in the 12 drives.
And he thinks it happened at the Salton Sea. Has he ever fucking been there? There's dead fish all along the shore.
100%. But like when Moses crossed through the water, he thinks that's where the sea was parted.
Dude, I think he's retarded.
Well, he's got some interesting. If you've had a couple of cocktails, it's a pretty interesting story to listen to. Because there's 12 tribes of Judah, and that some of those, some of the verbs translate into some of the indigenous Native Americans, and like the way that some people got separated off, and then like there's a Russian tribe. There used to be a land bridge from Alaska to Russia, blah blah. I don't know. Listen, this is like playing telephone with a super smart intellect that is like trying to research some like ultra biblical stuff. So riveting for the listeners at home, but it's just an interesting take on like what we've always been told. What does the Handy Dan like to do besides fix shit up and be good looking? Like, what are you doing on your free time?
Free time, I've really been enjoying riding my bicycle lately.
Yeah? Pedal power or like
pedal? No, not that. I have one of those up the street, but it's locked in my friend's house.
Inside the house?
Inside her garage. And she's in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah, she's in Barcelona. And she is sleeping right now.
Because it's sleepy time in Barcelona.
It is. I'd say it's about 7 a.m. But I do have a motorcycle here, and I was going to ride it to where you live, probably whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad I didn't have to do that because I don't have my motorcycle. Also, I didn't.
Oh, you thought I potted at the house?
Well, I thought maybe around there somewhere.
Wow. Yeah, I would never be able to get any guests there.
Why?
No one would come all the way out there.
Yeah, this is a good middle grounds.
It's a hot spot.
This is a hot spot. I saw you had Ben Avery on.
I did. Do you know Ben?
Yeah, I love that podcast. I love Tim Dillon podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tim was my first comedy tour. Was touring with Timmy.
You toured with Tim?
Toured with Tim.
What do you do?
Tim the tour man. Tourer. What do I do?
Yeah.
I'm a tour photographer and videographer.
Okay. And everybody here knows that.
I don't know if everybody knows I direct commercials and AD commercials, and I know. I mean, if you follow my Instagram, you see my tour pictures.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay, you do commercials.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were like, I was thinking you were just like some hotshot director.
I have directed before, and not as frequently as I want to.
I was over here hoping you were going to Harvey Weinstein me.
Oh, man. You're coming in hot with the sexual energy this evening.
Yeah. I was like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
I didn't get dressed for nothing.
You got dressed to go to work today.
Yeah. Well, I changed actually for this. I was wearing something different, then I put this on. Well,
I appreciate the effort. And wearing the Carolina Blues. I respect that.
Yeah, these are fake, dog. I got them on the corner of, in the corner of Nashville, dude. Some fella. I live in the hood, but it gets a little bit more hood as you go. I'm about 5 minutes from the heart of the hood,
yep.
And I drive through the hood of Nashville, which I don't even think hoods aren't even that hood anymore.
No,
I did go to Philly one time, right outside of Temple University. It's pretty dicey over there.
Yeah.
It was cool. There was a lot of sneakers on the phone wires, but
my little brother took me through the hood in Nashville last time I was there. I was like, what's wrong with this part of town? There's apartment complexes and gas stations.
You know how you define a hood in Nashville? There's just a few more auto body shops.
Yeah, but there's no, I haven't seen a part of Nashville that makes me like scared. Maybe that's just because I live in LA. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. This guy, he was selling them. They're definitely fake. I mean, I paid $90 for them, but I've been telling everybody that. I just want to let everybody know that these are fake. And I would never try to tell anybody that they were real.
Out here in some of the malls, they got these like shoe shops, right? And they're secondhand sellers. So they'll buy them on the auction. They'll get them brand new.
Yeah.
And then they'll charge double.
Yeah,
I saw those and I was like,
these are about $450 real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like brand new from Nike, they're $275. But they were $560 at the mall.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh.
Well, hey, look.
$560 for some shoes? First serve. No, I'm not at that spot in my life where I'm paying $560
Here's the deal, and I've thought about it, and I'm wondering, even if I had money, I don't know if I could. As being sober, I'm a lot less impulsive when it comes to buying shit. I did just get a new tattoo, but it's been a year. But I don't buy new stuff. And I would like to, but I don't know if I'd ever be in a place where I could pay $500 for a pair of shoes.
I think everything's relative. Right?
Again, arbitrary, right?
Totally, right? So let's take gambling, for example. when you make $5 an hour, you like playing penny slots. Because when I made $5 an hour, I played penny slots. But as I've grown in my career, you need more gas for the more juice, right? So like, if you get to the point where you're making, well, shit, I'll form it as a question. Like, how much money a year do you think you would need before $560 for a pair of shoes ain't shit to you?
Well, look, according to my accountant, who's the best accountant, shout out Daddy Don Tax Services, great guy in LA. He'll always put you in the red unless you're actually making money. But he said I made quite a bit of money, quite a bit of scratch last year. And I don't know.
Well, you got to feel
how
comfortable.
much.
And it might not even be a per year thing. It could be how much scratch have you got in the bank before you're going to treat yourself to $500 shoes. It's got to be to the point where like
$60K chilling.
$60K chilling.
I could ball out on some fucking real J's.
Then that's less than 1% of your net worth. That's a smart investment.
1% of less than 1% of my net worth.
So if you had 50,000, right? Let's do easy math.
Yeah.
50,000.
500 is 1%.
1,000 would be 500 would be 1%. Yeah. So if you think about spending a percentage of your net worth on a pair of shoes, that's a little crazy.
1%?
Yeah.
You think?
I think so.
That's crazy bad?
I don't know. I mean, this is from a guy who spends money in Vegas, which is stupid because he's just throwing it away and it's percentages every time I go. So,
you like strip clubs?
No. Hate them.
What's on your bucket list?
Bucket list stuff. All has to do with career, right? Super focused on career stuff. Want to kind of get to this level right here. I'm pointing at pictures that are out of frame, but I'd like to get to...
That's Tim Dillon's back for anybody who's asking, and then up top, that's Theo Von's back.
That's Theo at the Chicago Theater, and that's Tim Dillon at the Wiltern.
And I can tell that's Theo because that red jacket, that's a Bulls jacket he got that day, and I helped put it on him.
You did. It's in the cut.
It is in the cut.
Yeah.
That's your cut, Daddy.
That's what's up. I made that cut. I'd like to be, if I don't ever get to theaters, I'd like to be an A club level headliner as a comic.
A club level.
Like there's levels of clubs, right? There's A, B, and C levels. It's like the minor
comedy
leagues.
store would be A level.
It'd be the A-est A level club there is.
Right.
It's the mecca of comedy. But I just, I would like to make a living creating content for people that enjoy like listening to me talk. I love to talk. I love to talk to interesting people like you. And I hope that the show becomes monetarily successful. But if it doesn't, I'm going to still keep making it. And I want to entertain people for a living. I like to travel. So
yeah. So
buying a house in LA.
bucket list for you is keep working on comedy, get in some clubs. A lot of people do like doorman and stuff over there. And I think it goes to show is look, you surround yourself with what you want to do and it's going to happen, right?
Correct.
That and you just keep what I do. And look, this is maybe wrong. Correct me, internet, if I'm wrong. I just lie. I just lie and say I am that because then people kind of hold you accountable.
Yeah.
I also would love to get up and do some stand up. I don't have any aspirations to like be in theaters, right?
Okay.
If I got there, that'd be really cool.
Are you going up?
I haven't gone up, but I do write.
Good.
I do write. So I tell everybody I write comedy, right?
Yeah.
And then therefore it holds me accountable so people know that I write comedy. I test bits all the time. Just day-to-day talking. I've never gotten on the brick wall stage. But maybe I will. I'll go to a coffee shop, do a little open mic, something, make people laugh. That is on my bucket list. Get up, right?
Yeah.
Another thing on my bucket list.
Different ball game.
Arson.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I want to do small arson. Like I don't want to burn a building down. It'd be cool.
You can't start at buildings. You gotta burn the woods down near your house first.
I think it'd be fun to...
You gotta start with like a small trash can fire.
Light a car on fire.
A car?
Yeah.
You want it to be your car or like not your car?
I think it'd be okay if it was my car.
Mm-hmm.
I have this dream of riding my motorcycle across the country. And if it dies, it's an old motorcycle. If it dies, I decided, I'll just light it on fire.
Yeah. I mean, it's mostly metal. It'd be tough to burn that thing.
Well... It has gasoline in it.
It does.
So it would burn.
Unless you ran out of gas.
Well, I'd pour a lot of gas on it. It'd help the arson.
Wouldn't you want to ghost ride it while it's on fire off a cliff, like in the movies? and then watch it explode in a ball of fire.
No, but it would be fun to jump it.
Yeah.
Ramp it off of something.
And then you have a parachute and you pull the parachute and it goes away and it explodes.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. Being in a relationship, that's on my bucket list.
I think another thing on my bucket list is buying a house.
Buying a house here?
Yeah.
Well, dude, that's a fucking deep bucket, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a deep bucket.
I don't think my house here will be my first house.
No.
But I think if I stop messing around and really focus, I can get a house in about a year.
In a year?
Yeah. You know, probably maybe start with like a condo or a townhouse.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting, like we were talking about Madison, getting a piece of shit, fixing it up, selling it, and doing that a bunch of times, and just like really just living my European truth and just fucking gentrify the fuck out of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and then just make a lot of money and then just fucking be a landlord.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, it's the fucking epitome of a fucking talentless white guy.
Well, yeah, but you got to have a little talent to fix it up, right?
Well, look. I think talent is totally subjective.
Oh, 100%.
And subjectively, I don't think fixing up houses is that talented.
Interesting.
And no offense to...
Is that because it comes easy to you?
It does come easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it very well and very proficiently. However, I am faced with a challenge right now with a prop I'm building, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. The people are understanding.
Yeah. The thing you were working on today?
Yeah. Yeah, it's for a music video. And that's okay. They can't all be winners, dude. Well, that's why we're here.
If it was easy, everybody would do it. That's what I always say.
Well, look, the epitome of fucking being a white guy, talentless white guy, is just fucking be a landlord.
Is there an epitome? I don't know. I would say it's more of like a...
That's peak white guy.
I think that's...
being a landlord.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a cliche. I think you do your New York Stock Exchange, making money off of fake money, off of real money, off of fake money. You take all that money and you put it in real estate and real businesses. And
yeah, I suppose. Yeah, there's a lot of things white people do. Most of them not good.
A lot of them not good.
Most of them.
Most things that white people do are not good.
No, we're not doing like a white shame.
Okay.
There's a lot of them. A lot of things white people do are not good, or at least that's what they're saying on the internet.
Oh man, the internet is it's a wholesome place where only truth and love is spread. Mm-hmm. So if the internet says so, then it must be indeed true.
Yeah.
You read any good books lately?
Nah, man. I got in a car crash when I was younger, and I actually can't read for longer than 5 minutes.
Huh.
Yeah.
You take breaks?
No, I just don't read.
Oh. All right.
Actually, that was a lie. I'm sorry I lied to you. I don't read, and I wanted to make an excuse for it. I felt a lot of shame just then.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like more people read, and I don't read, and maybe that makes me...
Well, I think that's the narrative that American society is putting out right now, that
everybody's reading.
Everybody's reading. And if you don't read,
you think that's fake news?
Oh, I mean, who am I to say? But, there's a reason why you and I both feel guilt and shame about the level of reading that we're at.
Look, I'm going to take my glasses off for this. You want to hear some fucking... You were talking about your fucking friend talking about the Salton Sea.
Yeah.
Being... You want to hear a conspiracy theory that I made up, dude. Dude, and here's the deal. Everybody fucking knows that littering is just something that Joe Biden made up. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And not just Joe Biden, it's stuff like the liberal party. And look, I'm left leaning. But look, these fucking liberals are getting crazy, right? Everybody knows that it's just this made up thing. So everybody puts their trash into one place, and it produces more greenhouse gases when it's all in one place. So these landfills are actually what's causing all this what's it called?
It's your conspiracy theory.
Global warming.
Oh, okay. We're doing
change.
that. We're doing liberal global warming.
Right.
All right, here we go.
And it's from littering. Littering. Everybody should just throw their trash wherever the fuck they want. Because when you put all your garbage in one place, creates more greenhouse gases and then it creates climate change, right? All this greenhouse gas coming from this landfill, that landfill. When if you just throw it everywhere, there's no greenhouse gases coming off from it. So all these greenhouse gases are coming up, and it's just a way to fucking disrupt all these oil industries. That's America's backbone. They're trying to fucking break down America. And that's it, dude. That's a new conspiracy theory. I'm going to start it.
You heard it here first, folks. The Handy Dan, solving the world's problems.
I'm not solving shit, dude. I'm still going to throw
Have you been to a country where they just throw their shit everywhere? It's disgusting.
Yeah, it probably looks disgusting.
Yeah. It's the same level of gas. It's just spread out. It's not more gas because they put it in a pile.
It is more gas. There's more heat going on. Have you ever put your hand in a compost pile?
100 times.
Yeah, it's warm.
103,
right?
actually.
It's warmer, right?
It's very warm.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because you ain't got the right worms in there.
That's where the fucking temperature is rising on the planet, because these landfills.
Well, look, I don't get real political on this show, but I'm going to make a hot statement right now. Global warming is not only real.
Oh, I believe it's real.
Oh, you believe in it? You're
I believe.
Okay.
Global warming, 100%. Climate change, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's Joe Biden's fault.
Okay.
I think it's Donald Trump's fault.
I think the second he fell off that bike, the second he fell off the bike, dude, it fucking knocked the earth on its fucking axis a little bit. Yep. Now we're spinning a little bit too fast.
Now we're going to spin out of control, and we're going to burn up in the sun.
Crash right into fucking Mars.
The sun flares are going to hit us this week because of that sunspot, and we're all going to burn up like KFC chicken.
You know what? It's no fucking coincidence that he fell 2 days before the summer solstice. He wanted to fucking tilt the world on its axis. All the weight that man's carrying on his shoulders hit the fucking pavement.
Yep.
And now it fucking tilted the earth on the fucking brightest day. Coincidence?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think not, dude. He's trying to fucking burn a hole in the ozone layer.
There's a reason why coincidence starts with coin.
Because he's trying to make that scratch.
Yeah, because it's all about money in this world.
It's all about money, dude. Yeah. Nobody's got our fucking interests, do they?
Nope.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. We cracked the case. You want to hear another one?
I do.
So look, they were talking about all these billionaires going up to space, right?
Yeah, I'm one of them.
The billionaires?
Yeah, I'm one of
them. Or
billionaires.
One of the people that are talking about it?
Yep.
Both?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I talked about it while I was up there. I did the first podcast from space.
Well, dude, this would make sense for you, dude. You fucking sick fuck. Look, they're not really talking about it anymore, are they? You know, it's not really on the news, all these billionaires going up to space anymore. And why is that? You know what I mean? I think it's because they're putting the new fuck island up in space. They're making the new Epstein Island up there. They're fucking blasting these rockets off, dude, taking young kids.
So the International Space Station is
now the International Fuck Station.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why only billionaires can get up there. They're like, dude, they fucking blew a hole.
But is it BYOC?
It is BYOC.
Okay.
Bring your own kid.
Yeah.
Bring your own child.
I was going to say child. Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, dude.
I don't read either.
Well, look, BYOC.
Only when I'm in Guam, baby.
BYOB, bring your own book, dude. Yeah. We ain't reading them.
Or BYOLB.
But yeah, dude, I think they're taking kids up there, and I think they have the news outlets stop talking about it because they don't want a fucking hole blown in the operation, and that's what we're doing now. We're fucking getting to the bottom of it.
That's right.
And look, it was easy to. It's so obvious. There's only so much fucking Earth, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, someone's gonna find your fuck island, right? That's someone's true. Eventually gonna talk about your fuck island. You can't just murder kids and just have them go nowhere, but you can put them out and make space garbage out of them.
Space garbage children.
Yep.
For sale.
Well, they're not for sale.
Well, the other way to get them to shut up is just to like dump them out the spaceport.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They just
no evidence.
Nope. There is no evidence. Who's collecting it? Only the rich people can go up there.
Yeah. And you can leave your space garbage wherever you want to.
It's not like they're fucking got street sweepers.
Nope.
Up there, fucking space sweepers.
No, but there is a lot of space garbage.
There is a ton of space garbage, dude.
If we put more space garbage up there, maybe it would slow down the solar waves, and then we could cool down the Earth a little bit. We need a space umbrella. Or
here's the fucking deal, right? I was just talking about all these landfills being the problem.
Mm-hmm.
What if we made all these billionaires, they can go up to space. That's fine. You go do your space shit. You go fuck kids up in the stars, right? That's fine. But every time you go up there, you have to take a tarp, a big tarp, not fucking a 20 by 20 Home Depot tarp.
No, you need
I'm talking like 400 by 400.
Yeah, the
and
LT.
And you fucking just put a bunch of trash in it and you tie it to the back of your rocket like a just married with the cans. You do that, but with your rocket. And every time you go up into space, here's the thing. We'll turn the other cheek. We'll turn the other cheek. You want to fucking take some kids up there? That's fine. You want to go ahead. Take your kids up there. But take the trash with you.
Take the trash out,
Take
Larry.
the trash out when you go up to space.
How about this? For every $1 billion you spend going up to space, you have to match that in an additional building towards making a space chimney, right? So we can burn our trash. But if we have a high enough chimney that goes above the stratosphere, the smoke just goes out into space instead.
I don't know if that's architecturally possible.
Sure it is. It would throw off
space chimney?
A space chimney.
That goes like past the gravity.
136 miles. Yeah.
It's just like
with a fan on the top that pulls all the just blowing trash air right out into space.
That's space.
Yeah, that's space.
And that's space. Yeah, I can see how that works, but how do you build a smokestack that tall?
Well, listen, I had the original idea. I'm not an idea refiner. I'm an idea originator.
Okay.
So like, there's engineers for that shit. That's why God put us engineers on this planet. I'm not the guy to build it.
You're just the guy to think it.
That's right. I'm a thinker.
Yeah, dude. Isaac Abrams coming up with all these fucking hot ideas.
That's what's up. Hot like global warming.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, and that's why. Yeah. Hey, look, and all you fucking haters out there.
Oh, here we go. Both of them.
All two of you fucking haters out there.
Both y'all haters.
2 out of 9 viewers are fucking hating. And listen. Isaac's got this cool podcast set up in these cool cameras because he's a grown-up adult and he can afford fancy fun toys. Some adults have jet skis. Some adults go bungee jumping.
Some go to Aspen and go skiing.
Dude, some people do cocaine. Isaac Abrams, he does all those things.
And it's the studio.
He goes to Aspen, does cocaine, and spends money on cameras. But listen, you need good shit to have better shit.
Yeah, like
this is just the start, folks.
For the level of guests that I have coming in August, it needs to be the sickness. You know what I mean? You need to have a dope studio.
Well, look at here. Kim Kardashian started out just fucking. And now look at her.
Look at her now.
Look at her dad.
She's making paper.
Look at her dad. Her dad just started out running.
That's true.
And now her dad is running for governor.
Ran
for governor.
Still running.
Who won?
Now, technically, you might be able to shed some light on this. Technically, I don't want to dead name anybody, but technically,
so it's
how does that work? Does
she
is she still Kim's dad?
Yeah.
Can Kim call her dad?
Yeah, I think that's maybe more of like one of those things that they would do. They would work out personally.
Oh, so it's case by case. I'm not trying to make no jokes or be disrespectful to nobody.
I think it's a case by case situation. I think, yeah,
because you have special insight into that world. Working with a lot of people like that.
Yeah, I work with a lot of drag queens. I've dated a trans woman. I'm friends with a lot of trans people. I think it's case by case. I think the parental figure is kind of hard. I don't have any trans friends that are parents, I don't think. But yeah, that's Kim's. I would say Kim's dad, and if they want to work it out, it's Kim's mom.
Yeah.
That's
just one of them things that's a family affair, and it ain't none of our damn business.
That's true.
So many people want to make it their business.
And that's so weird to me.
It is weird. Why do you give a shit what everybody's doing in their own house?
Who gives a fuck what anybody's doing at all? Pay attention to us, me and Isaac.
That's it.
Who gives a fuck what somebody's swinging around?
Old Ike and Handy Dan, just swinging our hammers around like a couple of handymen.
Yeah, and that's it, really. Yeah, I don't know why everybody's obsessed with what other people are doing. Look, you want to look. I personally wish I was born a woman. Are you kidding? I have gender dysphoria often. Not so often, but often enough.
More than once.
And I think, here's the thing about gender and the construct of it. I think we're just a bunch of dust spinning on a ball, just flying through space and time.
Yeah.
And
meat puppets.
To think that any of this matters is silly.
Mm-hmm.
And then to think that like I have to like, you know, in order to please everyone else is silly. And I think if you or I want to like throw a wig on and like play with like gender identity, I think it's fun. Like I think it's fun, and some people think it's more serious, and everybody's should be allowed to do whatever they want to do, right? Yeah. Because like at the end of the day, here's my thing. I used to smoke a lot of weed, and I thought about this a lot actually. And I had to stop smoking weed because I would get high and I'd just sit there and I'd think, Jesus Christ, I'm so small and insignificant. I don't mean that in like, oh
no, but like
I mean that in like a galactic way. God, what an awesome way to put it. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you think about it, even Abraham Lincoln's gonna be forgotten. That guy did a bunch of shit, you know? That guy did a bunch of shit. And at one point in time, no one will know who the fuck that is. Mm-hmm. So to think that anybody's gonna know who the fuck I am,
right,
is silly. So why not put a fucking wig on, put a heel on, and fucking have some fun with it?
If that's your idea of fun. Yeah. The thing that I'm having a problem with recently is people's desire to control other people's behaviors and rights.
Yeah.
Based on whether it's religion or a point of view politically, where it's like, why are we all trying to tell each other what to do?
Yeah.
The first topic that comes up is abortion, right?
Yeah.
If you're religious or you're on the right or whatever, you have this idea that abortion is killing babies. And if you're on the left, you're like, it's my body, my choice. But when you boil it all the way down, like the same people that are pro-life are also like pro-death penalty. So like
and pro school
guns.
Shootings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like, can't we all just go like? I'm a centrist, right? So can't we go back to like I on the right side, I like little government. On the left side, I like everybody does whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm physically conservative and socially liberal. So like I want a small government, and I want very few people telling me what to do, and I don't want anybody telling me what I can and can't do inside my house.
Yeah.
Or with my doctor.
Well, that's my thing about. So the term conservative is coined from like being conservative with government, right? Is like very little government. Conservative, very little. Liberal is more government. So I don't understand where it got skewed. And now conservatives are like, we need government regulation on abortion. We need to tell the government to stop. Don't say gay bill. Yeah. What the fuck is it? Don't say gay bill. People are not going to stop being gay just because you aren't talking about it in fucking school, right? So it's like, hey, look, like you are just ostracizing people to get hurt. And it's like, and here's the thing is I'm not saying either party wants people to get hurt. I think actually to counter that, I think no one wants people getting hurt. Everybody, for the majority, of course, anecdotally, there are some, but I think for the most part, everybody wants to be considered good, right? And nice, right? And what is good and what is nice, it's very subjective. The problem is like, where are the lines where we say, hey, look, this is more harmful than it is helpful? And I think the don't say gay bill and the abortion bills and stuff like that, I think is kind of counterintuitive, because if you're doing this don't say gay bill, it's pointing and allowing people to, you know, have this point of view, but not able to talk about it. I think that's, again, when we go to Guam, instead of fist fighting, we need to talk about it. Why are we like, I think everybody's so up in arms against each other. Mm-hmm. Blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. Man, we need a little bit more purple.
100%.
We need a
conversation and like intellectual debate has long been dead, and divisiveness is now the way that we sell newspapers and we consume our media, and it's just.
Are you reading newspapers?
I don't consume any news except for John Oliver on Sunday nights, and that's it. You know, I get some clips from social media every once in a while, but like the news, the way that it's skewed, I haven't found one that I'm like, oh, this is absolutely just the truth. They're just telling me facts.
Yeah.
Everything has spin on it now, and I just can't stand it. I can't deal with the news anymore. But like, I would love to be able to have a conversation. And when I do have conversations with my friends that have opposing views, we can see eye to eye. Hey, I can see why you would think that, and they can see why I would come to my conclusions. And then there's less judgment, but it should be like, you should be able to do whatever you want to do, and I should be able to do what I want to do, instead of like, okay, you live in California, so you can do this and that, and then you live in North Carolina, so you can do this and that.
Right.
Like, it's supposed to be one country. It shouldn't be 50 individual little countries.
I think that is right. Anytime I've had a one-on-one conversation with anybody who disagrees with me, we usually meet somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah.
The problem is no one's having a one-on-one conversation anymore, right?
Not in the public media spectacle.
Right. No one is having a public one-on-one conversation.
Yeah.
When they do, it's very short. It's very short term. You don't get a lot of time to talk about it. Mm-hmm. It's not met with a lot of empathy. I think what does need to happen is, I think, instead, a lot of people say, "Oh, we need religion back, or we need something back." I think we need, like, our God should be empathy. Mm-hmm. Our God should just be, hey, understanding one another. Mm-hmm. And if we can't do that, we're not going to get anywhere.
I think it's one of the main factors, or one of the big tells. The reason why Joe Rogan's show is so insanely popular is that he doesn't have a strong left or right. He goes down the middle, and he's so curious. He has someone from the right, he has someone from the left line. He's learning. He's curious. He makes mistakes. He admits to his mistakes, and he has long format conversations about hard issues. And I think that's why he's got 13 million people 3 times a week listening to and watching his show.
Yeah, it's hard when you're such a big, stuff like that scares me. I always wonder, you and I both have some pretty big timey friends.
Yep.
And I wonder if it's kind of just like, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yep. And not in the sense of like, oops, I said the N-word 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to do that. I mean, just like the grand scheme of, oops, I did not mean to become this big.
Right.
This is sick, Gary. And I think about that with Joe Rogan all the time. Is just like, again, empathy. I think empathy should be our God. I don't really care for that show. It's
not for everybody.
I used to love that show. Ever since the pandemic happened, it's been a lot of like very repetitive notion.
Yeah.
And it's kind of tiring.
Yeah, it's a lot like Gary V. We get it. After 3 months, we get Gary. We get what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know who Gary V is.
I love that. That's awesome.
But it has become repetitive. Although I do have a lot of empathy. Is just like, how do you create new content? How do you continue to do that show? It's like, hats off to that guy, just in the sense of like, he's doing something far greater than any one man can do by himself, right? And I know he's not by himself. He's got like producers and people doing research and all this stuff.
It's just him and Jamie.
I'm sure there's some good team,
Yeah.
Something, whatever. Regardless, I wonder if you're saying your bucket list is to do comedy at an A-level theater, right? Mm-hmm. Or A-level clubs, right? And next thing you know, you're doing arenas, right? You're fucking Kevin Hart in it, right? Cool. But like, oops.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah. I did not mean to do that. And there is no backpedaling. I mean, of course.
You can fall off your pedestal real fast.
Well, you can fall off your pedestal and you can just disappear. Mm-hmm. But like, in the sense of like trajectory, like that doesn't just, you don't just stop, right? Mm-hmm. It's hard to stop something that big. As we've seen with Joe Rogan, is this video with the N-word, as we've seen with his like COVID misinformation, all of this stuff, like it is hard to stop something rolling that fast. And I bet that's really scary for him. I bet that is frightening. And
the way that he describes it.
And exciting.
Oh, it's super exciting.
And awesome, but also like, I don't know how I sleep. Like, I don't know how I would sleep. Genuinely, I would be terrified at a lot, like every moment. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speak for him. He talks about it enough on his show. So if you're interested, like, there's definitely episodes that he talks about like dealing with the gravity of it quite a bit. Mm-hmm.
But I think like in the moment when you're just having like right now, are you thinking about the people that are listening to this show right now?
That's a good word for it, the gravity of it, because it is planetary. And I think we all do have like planetary weight, right? Like we are magnetic. I was telling you earlier, I was joking around about like, you know, beat me over the face with a fucking bat if I'm like this magnetic and this hot, right? Mm-hmm. But like there is an energy, people do have energies, right? And like there are gravities, and that's a really good word for that show and shows in general. Is like you are your own planet, and his planet has grown so big and it does have its own gravitational force. And like you can't stop gravity is what I'm saying.
Right, but even with the amount of money that Spotify paid him, that $100 million up front, he already had 30 or 40 sitting around. That $100 million up front, the $100 million on the back end that not a lot of people know about. So let's just say he's sitting on $200-300 million. He's not scratching the surface towards big business, big corporations. There's 2,300 billionaires on the planet. Mm-hmm. Like he's just getting to the lowest rung of being wealthy, and he has hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, which to me, $1 million is a monolithic amount of money.
Yeah, of course.
In itself.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'll be able to get and acquire $1 million one day.
Yeah, I think it's not a far shot anymore.
It's well, not with inflation. We're all going to get $100,000 an hour here in a couple of years, but like,
damn, I can't wait.
Right, but then a bicycle is going to cost $60 trillion. You know, it's like it's all relative. People are like, oh, inflation. It's like, well, everything moves up. Eventually, there's some countries overseas where it's like, here's 90 billion baht, and that buys you a stick of gum.
Yeah,
you know, it's just the difference in numbers and zeros and whatnot.
Yeah,
I forgot the point that I was making. But
you're saying he only has maybe 250 million.
Yeah, the power and control and the manipulation that he has over like the 13 million people that listen to him every day or every week or whatever.
I think it's bigger than you can. I think it's a sizable more impression in the sense of influence than a lot of other people that are that wealthy have. They have buying power, which is fantastic, and like you can do a lot with billions of dollars. Of course, you can make things happen. You can make laws change, mm-hmm. which is problematic, right?
Yep.
However, there is problem and there is good inherently in the influence that show has. And I'm not saying his show is problematic. I'm not saying his show is good. I'm very middle. I listen to a lot of his shows. I love the workout ones. I love the ones about, hunting, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I think he has more influence than a lot of billionaires.
I think he has. Well, I don't know. Let's take senators, for example. Senators make, what is it, $225,000 a year? You shouldn't be able to start your career in your early 30s or early 40s as a senator and retire 30 years later with hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, and every senator has wealth way beyond.
Well, that's just basic like trading and investing. They're not like they're not getting money from.
They're getting money from lobbyists, direct payments from lobbyists, and we all watch it. It's public record. It's in their tax returns. We know that all of our politicians are bought and paid for by big business.
Right.
Everyone knows it. Everyone wants to change it. And the only way to change it is to hire someone else to go up there and be like, I'll get in there and change it. One day later, someone writes them a check for $10 million and they're like, I bet the next guy will probably change it.
Right.
Like, we all know the problem with the system.
Yep.
And we all know how to fix it. And absolutely
do we know how to fix it?
100%.
What's the fix?
Outlaw lobbyist money in our politician system.
Outlaw lobbyist money.
Yeah. You can't get outside money. You get the salary that you get, and you can't.
Oh, you're saying? I thought you meant like outlaw, like fucking rootin' tootin'.
Outlaw.
You're like,
outlaw money.
We got to go there. We got to go the opposite direction. So we got a anti-abortion lobbyists. We need abortion lobbyists. We need people paying hundreds of $millions dollars for abortion.
There are. There's hundreds of $millions dollars on both sides.
Yeah,
but in political influence money is ridiculous. We can hire the purest of heart, and 3 days after they're in office, the senior senator coaches the new elected junior senator on, here's how we do it around here. And the power that they have over their whole state is like, even the smallest state has more than 13 million people in it, I think, except for Wyoming or whatever. So that's just, I don't know. I think senators have more sway over like how you and I can directly affect our like daily lives and how much taxes we pay. But there's all this pork put into all these bills. It's like, okay, this bill is about roads, mm-hmm. but to get it through, I need to get this other thing done in my city. So I need this waste management thing tacked on. It's just all this money floats around, nothing's getting done, and all the politicians are making a ton of money. Forget Washington, right? Just take California, for example.
So do you think the move is pay these people more money in order to influence them to not take money from outside sources?
That's not a bad idea. I hadn't thought about that. Like, why not quadruple their salary? Give every senator $1 million a year. Make it a goal to shoot for. Man, I really want to be a senator. But that's it. And if we find out that you took more money,
you're out
to buy your vote.
Public hanging.
Yeah. But I also think that it's the internet age. And we all have apps on our phones. And we don't need elected representatives anymore. We need paper pushers to write the bills. And then we all need to decide every single day.
You think that voting should be done on an app?
I think so.
Yeah. Voting should be done on an app. It should be a thing you wake up to, maybe go to bed to, and it's like, here's today's vote, and everybody's voting on the same issue across the board. And it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. So hey, all day we started at 7:00. We've been doing all this paperwork. We've thought of the new bill we're trying to pass today. And this is an everyday 365 thing, except for, holidays. You got your Thanksgiving, you got Juneteenth, you got Hanukkah. Yeah. And so every day there's a new thing on our phone that says, hey, time to vote. And then it just comes up and we vote.
You also have the option to not vote.
You have the option to not vote, but it's so much easier if it's an app and it has a notification.
Sure. And it's, you can encrypt it. Like, all of our phones have signals on them. And, you can't vote twice.
And now it's time for a word from our sponsors, ExpressVPN.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I think, they might be a sponsor one day.
Well, they're big in the podcast community.
They are. So is Liquid Death, everybody.
Liquid Death.
Murder your thirst.
Quench your homicidal rage.
Yeah. Well, Handy Dan, we've done an hour 40.
Yeah. All right.
Which is good enough. Plus, I'm leaving for Florida in the morning.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing in Florida?
I'm going to go take some pictures and video for a mutual friend of ours.
Do you not name drop?
I don't talk about him on this show.
Why is that?
Just based on the relationship. Like, I don't mind talking about Tim. I've toured with Tim a bunch of times. This particular person that we are talking about doesn't like clout chasers, and I don't want him to ever feel like I'm using his name to gain notoriety. And I have no problem earning it and gaining it on my own.
Yeah.
Happy when he tags me in stuff that I've made for him. Really appreciate that, but I don't need to say his name here. If you look on my Instagram, you know who I work for. So I don't think I need to say this person's name over and over again to get what I want out of this experience.
Yeah. I like that. It's a good way to end. On a moral compass.
Yeah, I'll probably cut that out.
Well, I can't wait to see the episode and see where this goes for you, man. I
appreciate you coming. It's good to have. I've been trying to riff with people a lot on this show, and some people are just like, some of them get it, some of them don't. So I appreciate.
How'd I do?
You did great.
Yeah.
The Guam thing was super funny.
Yeah, yeah. You like the fucking really, here today, Guam tomorrow.
Yeah, that was real Guami.
Hell yeah, baby.
Or a Guami. Thanks again, Dan. And we'll see you next time on the Isaac Abrams Show. Peace out.